What's going on, everybody? We're back again, but in this video we're going to be talking about the ALCS, a quick little preview of what to expect in this series, lineup, roster, pitching matchups, bullpen, all types of good stuff. And it's going to be the Astros versus the Yankees. Game 1 is tonight. I know this is kind of like a little late, but we're trying to get this in before the series starts. Obviously, we're right ahead of schedule, just barely, but looking at these two teams, the Yankees beat the Indians in the ALDS in 5 games. I was very shocked to see that the Yankees actually won this series. They actually should have won the series sooner, but they blew, I think, 2 leads in that game in the series that cost them 2 games, I believe, or 1 game. And for the Astros, they completely dismantled the Red Sox very easily in 4 games. Red Sox actually ended up firing their manager after the series. So, looking at these two teams, both teams I think are very evenly matched. Besides in a couple of key areas. For the Yankees, I like their bullpen better than the Astros bullpen. And from top to bottom, I like the Astros lineup better than the Yankees lineup. Now, it's not that I don't like the Yankees lineup. It's just when you get to their bottom third, I'm not a big fan of it. Their top 5 to 6 guys are really good, led by, of course, Aaron Judge, a home run machine. He either does the 3 main things: he either hits a home run, walks, or strikes out. I think he struck out the MLB record last series. Both starting pitching staffs are very talented. For the Astros, you have Dallas Keuchel, Justin Verlander, Colin McHugh, and Brad Peacock. Expect Keuchel and Justin Verlander to go game 1 and 2 at home, obviously. For the Astros, they are having a little bit of a mini break, I guess you can say, getting their guys all fully healthy. Both rosters didn't really change. I think the Astros carried 1 less pitcher from the ALDS to the ALCS. And for the Yankees, their lineup didn't really change at all. What to expect tonight in game 1 is I expect a strong matchup between 2 pitchers that pitched pretty well so far. Keuchel versus Tanaka. I'm going to give a slight advantage to Keuchel tonight. I just feel like the Astros lineup is a little bit too dangerous. One of my key problems with the Astros is how young they are. But I like them in this series. I like them to win in 6 games. Just because of their starting pitching staff. No slight at the Yankees, who have Tanaka, Severino, who pitched lights out in game 4. Sabathia pitched great in game 5, and Sonny Gray, who's going to go in game 4, it looks like, in this series, according to CBS Sports here. But yeah, I like the Astros being able to counter with their 3-man rotation if they want to go 3-man rotation or use a 4th man. Keuchel, Verlander, and Peacock, McHugh, one of those guys. In terms of some key matchups to look for here in this series here, the Astros bullpen versus the Yankees lineup. I'm not a big fan of their bullpen, like I stated earlier, but I think that if they're able to get key outs in high leverage situations, you're able to avoid bringing Judge up with multiple runners on, where you don't have to force yourself to walk him. You're able to pitch around him, make him get himself out. This Yankees lineup is very free swinging with Judge and Gary Sanchez, 2 guys who either hit a home run or strike out quite a bit. Didi Gregorius had a huge game 5. He had 3 RBIs in that game. Pretty much catapulted the Yankees into the ALCS here. So the Astros bullpen is going to have to step up huge, which means in turn that the starters have to get to the 6th, have to get to the 7th. The 6th and the 7th. If your starter gets to the 6th in playoff baseball, you give yourself a chance to win the game. Anything less, then you have to get into your bullpen. And you see a lot of these games go about 4 hours, 4.5 hours, because of how many pitching changes that there are in each game. Managers go through their bullpen in the playoffs. So there are a couple things right there. Another key matchup here is going to be the Yankees starting pitching versus this Astros offense. Now the Astros offense in the ALDS was terrific. You know, they were putting up probably around 6.5, 7 runs a game. The closeout game, you know, they won with clutch hitting. They have a couple key veterans like Altuve, who's really hard to get out. You know, he hit around like 350 for the season. It's amazing. Beltran's a key veteran who's been there before. You know, Correa's been hitting the ball really well. Marwin Gonzalez is hitting the ball really well. A lot of their guys are hitting the ball really well. So it's going to come down to Tanaka, Severino, CC, Sonny Gray. Those guys have to pitch to these guys and get outs, collect outs. You know, keep the ball down to these guys. It's a very good hitting team in my opinion. So look out for that. And the third key matchup is here. It's going to be the Yankees bullpen. Now, I like the Yankees bullpen a lot. You know, they're able to throw a bunch of different guys. Once you get to that 8th inning, I think you know that you're going to see Chapman. And I think with Chapman, he's really figured it out as of late compared to how he was pitching mid to the end of the season right there, where he was struggling a little bit. His ERA was like over 4 for a little while. But in the playoffs, he's really turned it on. He locked down that Indians lineup. And, you know, it's just one of those things where you know when you get to the 8th, you're probably going to see Chapman. You might see Betances. You see David Robertson. That Yankees bullpen bailed out a pitcher in a game, too, with solid pitching. If they're able to shut down the top 5 guys in this Astros lineup, they're going to give themselves a good chance to win this series. So my prediction for this series is that the Astros are going to win this series in 6 or 7 games. I just think that they're going to be able to... I think in this series we're going to see a lot of scoring, and pitchers only going 4, maybe 5 innings. I just know that both teams are kind of a little bit on the young side. The Yankees have a little bit more veteran depth than, say, the Astros. But I like the Astros starting pitching staff versus the Yankees pitching staff, which is solid in its own right, but I feel like Keuchel and Verlander are able to take you to the next level, whereas Tanaka, Severino, CC, and Gray are guys that... Severino's pitched great. I think he's going to be their future ace eventually, but, you know, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think the Astros will win in 6 or 7 games, setting them up to go to the World Series here. Should be a fun series. I think this is going to be a longer series than the NLCS. So we'll get into the NLCS in our next video because we are going to do 3 videos today. So make sure to check out those. And I'm out. Thank you for watching. Peace.